It's been more than 30 years since Vero Beach girls basketball played for a state title, but tonight the Indians are on the big stage. Boca Raton is an emerging power in Palm Beach County. The Bobcats hope to claw their way to a first ever title. It's Boca Raton and Vero Beach in the 8A final next. The girls' basketball season concludes on a Saturday night in Lakeland. Tonight we'll crown a champion in the state's largest classification. It's the 8A final between the Vero Beach Indians and the Boca Raton Bobcats. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lakeland with Andrick Frazier. I'm Austin Lyon. Thank you so much for joining us. So far here today, we've seen perennial powers like Ribault and Winter Haven win state championships. Tonight, we get to see a program win gold for the very first time.
Partner, for so long, this large classification has been dominated by teams from Orange, Broward, and Dade counties. Tonight, a new queen will be crowned.
We had a thrilling set of semifinals yesterday, the most exciting game of the state tournament between Vero Beach and Ferguson. Megan Gorman had a fantastic game for the Indians, 19 points, 18 rebounds. Vero Beach led 44-32 with just less than 4 minutes to go until Ferguson staged a dramatic comeback. Yair Rodriguez with a three cuts the lead to 1. Then in the closing seconds, Natalie Pineda with a chance to win it. The three-pointer bounces off the back of the rim. Vero Beach survives, and fittingly, Megan Gorman, who's had a fantastic career, gets to end it playing for a title.
At 6'2", an average of nearly 20 points and 15 rebounds a game. This is a double-double machine. They're going to rely on her heavily tonight.
When New Nugent took over at Boca Raton in 2011, the Bobcats were largely an afterthought in South Florida. Tonight, they play for a title.
This is a team that can score with the best of them. A barn burner yesterday. They're all led by a 6-foot guard, junior, Grace Marco.
Marco, one of 4 players in this starting lineup that's 6 feet or taller. She is versatile in her skill set.
22 points, 11 rebounds. This is a team that has a lot of size, but a lot of skill as well. Marco,
8 points away from 1,000 starting the game tonight, but her focus is on team gold. It's Boca Raton and Vero Beach. Who will emerge as the 8A state champion? We'll tip it off next. Back at the Lakeland Center, moments away from tip-off in the 8A title game between Vero Beach and Boca Raton. Let's set it on the floor. Here's the third member of our broadcast team, Despina Barton.
Yeah, Austin, you talked about both of these programs fighting for their first ever crown tonight, but you got to think that Vero Beach may have a minor advantage in the fact that their 6'2" senior Megan Gorman has actually won 3 state titles before, just a different turf. She actually won 3 straight with the lacrosse team at Vero Beach and brought those medals and rings in before the team left here for Lakeland to show these girls truly how really close they are to finishing their goal. Right now, it stands 4 quarters away from finishing what they came out here to do. Guys?
All right, Despina Gorman had 5 goals in the state championship game a year ago for Vero Beach's lacrosse team. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. Caitlin Smith, transfer from Sebastian River, averaging just more than 9 points per game. Junior Courtney Harris, a dynamic athlete at the guard position. For Boca Raton, Rachel Levy, the leading scorer, played all but 7 seconds of a semifinal win against Sanford Seminole, and Tatiana Ferguson, the only senior starter, averaging just less than 9 points per game. Chuck Kindred, Alan Weatherspoon, and Walt Marquaz are the officials from the West Coast Officials Association in Tampa, and the 8A title game is underway. Vero Beach in black, Boca Raton in white.
How about this? Boca opening up in a diamond in 1 set. Trying to keep Megan Gorman out of this game.
Got Hannah Pratt, sophomore, working to deny Morgan all over the court.
Typically works well against these diamond and one or triangle and two sets to run man-to-man defenses.
Gorman threw it off the feet of Hannah Pratt in the corner. Vero Beach will keep possession after the missed jumper by Harris. Three-pointer out of the corner, long off the hand of Jordan Wade. Levy tracks it down. The versatile team, players that are 6 feet or taller, that can handle the ball, that can shoot the ball. The challenge tonight for Rashad Morgan, who is a Vero Beach alum, played for Chuck Lowendick, regarded as one of the best boys coaches in the state. His senior year team lost by 4 in the region finals against Dillard. Said it was sweet to get to step into the Lakeland Center, even if it was as a coach and not a player. Gorman double team, forced to give it up. Last touched by Boca Raton. It will stay with Vero Beach. Bunch him up top, here's Harris. Levy got a hand on that pass, corralled by Smith.
Boca is extremely active in this dominant one often.
Stolen away by Kemp, she starts the break. Levy using the offhand to try and shield the defender, she missed the layup. Boca Raton would prefer to get the game going up and down. They scored 86 points in the semifinals yesterday against Seminole as Gorman earns a trip to the line.
Gorman's going to have to work extremely hard for every possession. She gets the ball in her hands tonight, and here she's just being aggressive, get the offensive glass and sliding through 3 defenders for that shot attempt.
Gorman has double-doubles in 24 of Vero's 26 games this season. And in a preseason game against Melbourne, she went for 40 and 26. Knocks down 2 free throws.
Nice looking stroke.
Gorman signed with Yale to play college basketball. Marco steps into a 3. Certainly capable from beyond the perimeter.
That place Yale's pretty difficult to get into academically.
Difficult for people like you or me, maybe the general public. More than 2 minutes in, neither team has a field goal. Nice flash into the middle of the lane by Caitlin Smith. Flew up a wild shot. Kemp leads the break. Fouled? That will not count. Foul occurred on the floor. Nugent, now in his 5th year as the Boca Raton head coach, born in Vietnam. Said he developed a love for basketball because it kept him off the streets in South Florida. Played at Spanish River, out of a small college in Tennessee. Levy finds Tatiana Ferguson. That just crawls over the front rim. First field goal for Boca Raton.
Soft interior passing. Very big ball club. I mean, Boca Raton has the size of some Division II schools.
Tracy Kemp at 5'6" is the only starter under 6 feet. There's a 3-pointer for Caitlin Smith, her 30th of the year.
5'4" seniors stretching that zone with range.
Levy at the other end, unable to answer. Gorman engaged with Ferguson. It will stay with Boca Raton.
Spacing is key against gimmick defenses, and here just a very long closeout for Ferguson. Caitlin Smith making her pay.
Marco on the fadeaway after tapping that offensive rebound to herself. Backcourt foul committed by Tatiana Ferguson. That's going to be her 2nd. She'll have to go to the bench. As you're watching tonight's 8A state championship game, join a conversation with us on Twitter. We're at BHSN. Use the hashtag BHSNFinals. Engage with fans of both the Indians and the Bobcats. Talk about tonight's 8A title tilt. 2 fouls on Ferguson means Audrey Ramsey, 5'4" freshman guard, comes in. So 6'2" sits, 5'4" comes in, and Caitlin Smith's got another 3.
Smith stretching the zone, room and rhythm.
Smith had 5 points in the state semifinals. She's already got 6. Kemp had the shot blocked by Gorman. Tried to rip it away right into the arms of Jordan Wade. Harris absorbed a bump from Marco, no whistle. Wade, back to Smith. How about 3 in a row? Got it. We call it heat check, partner. Timeout, Boca Raton. 3 early triples from senior Caitlin Smith to spring the Indians to a 9-point lead.
This is a team that didn't put many points on the board yesterday, but Caitlin Smith seeing a big basket so far in the first quarter.
Show you the road to the championship game for both of these first-time finalists. Vero Beach had a defensive struggle with Haines City in the region semifinals. East past Dr. Phillips. High-scoring Bobcats, 71 or more in all 4 of their games in the state series.
This is a team that definitely prefers to get up and down.
Despina listened in to the Boca Raton timeout. What do you have, Despina?
Yeah, guys, instantly Coach Nugent's going to change up this defense. He asked the girls to go man-to-man, pick it up full court, and then drop back to a 1-2-2, give them a different look, but reminded the girls, do not let Gorman catch it at the free throw line. She is dangerous anywhere on the court. Austin?
Early switch in the strategy from Boca Raton, a trap out at the top. Gorman does a nice job to prevent that ball from going across the timeline, and Kemp's got another steal.
Good change of pace defensively for Boca, but they have to find a way to get some points on the board.
Catch by Hannah Pratt in the high post area. Marco will line up a 3. Just did a 7A championship game in which neither team had a 3-point field goal. There were only 8 total shots attempted from 3. Already got 3 threes here from Vero Beach as Gorman draws contact against Hannah Pratt.
Gorman showing you her versatility on that play. You have to respect her ability to knock down a mid-range jump shot. They're putting the ball on the hardwood and getting to the rim.
More than 1,300 points and 1,200 rebounds in her high school career. Don't find any high school forwards that average nearly 15 rebounds a game. That's a huge number.
That's activity.
Early 11-point lead for Vero Beach. Have stunned Boca Raton with this start. The freshman trying to end the run. That's Audrey Ramsey short with the 3. Harris comes away with it for Vero. Looking to run in transition. There's Smith. You know, she's itching to get another shot up. Gorman worked her way into the lane. To kick it out to Wade, but threw the ball away.
Vero Beach needs to show just a little more patience against this 1-2-2 zone. Use your back dribble to stretch the traps.
Kirsten Funcham, will get a break. Nylee Miller comes in. Vero Beach only played 6 in yesterday's semifinal win. Levy's been quiet thus far. Ramsey. Levy will try a 3. Boca Raton yet to find the range from the outside. Offensive rebound and a putback for sophomore Hannah Pratt.
Second chance bucket.
Harris splits a double team. Pull up jumper is good.
Smart decision by the 5'4" junior.
Marco in heavy traffic. Difficult shot, fading away. She banked it in.
Grace Marco can score with the best of them. This is more of the pace that Boca wants.
Trap at the top forces a turnover. Gorman locked up with Kemp. She was able to wrestle it away and get it to Marco. Since Boca Raton maybe starting to find some rhythm on their last couple possessions. That's some crisp ball movement. Marco in between defenders, got fouled.
Boca team really is so dangerous because of the ability of 5 players to put the ball on the wood.
And they go smaller with the foul trouble for Ferguson, but more dangerous offensively. Kemp left alone in the corner. Ramsey, the freshman, mixing it up inside, gets the rebound. Quick trigger from that corner, well long on the 17-footer. Gorman's got it in the middle of the floor. Wade's jumper goes down. Vero Beach is red hot here in the opening quarter.
Gorman just gathers so much attention because of how dangerous she is, especially at the top of the key. Even baseline jumper opportunities open for Vero.
Poor pass by Kemp leads to a turnover, and then a foul at the midcourt line. We wondered how these teams would look in the opening minutes of the game, being that both are first-time finalists. Vero seems very comfortable on the big stage. Another three goes down, this one by Riley Miller. That's just her 8th three-pointer of the year.
This is a team that barely broke 40 yesterday and have 20 already in the first quarter.
And Boca Raton, after 24 in the opening quarter yesterday, right now is sitting on 6. Foul will put Levy on the free throw line. It's on Riley Miller, her second foul. Levy, 69% free throw shooter. Scoring average was a little bit higher a year ago, but Nugent asked her to play more in the post this season. She's done that willingly, provided more space for some of the other perimeter players. Nugent yesterday talking a lot about the sacrifices that have been made. Players not scoring as much as they did a year ago, but the team is much more complete.
Now Boca selling into a man-to-man.
Screen set. Levy thought she had a clean block. Instead, there's a foul. And Courtney Harris will shoot free throws.
Courtney Harris accepting the ball screen and turning the corner.
Vero Beach is 5 for 6 at the line, and they're 6 of 10 from the field, 60%. 22-8, Boca Raton trailing by 14, whipping it underneath. Marco to Levy for the left-handed lay-in.
Great look by Marco.
Caitlin Smith, she's hit 3 threes, setting up Wade. Just off the mark, but a great first quarter for the Vero Beach Indians.
Well, championship games are normally won by getting off to a hot start, and nothing has been hotter than the outside shooting of Vero Beach, up 22-10 over Boca Raton.
This quarter is brought to you by the All Sports Medicine Program at All Children's Hospital Johns Hopkins Medicine. From x-rays to big plays, they get you back in the game. Vero Beach has been great offensively so far here tonight, but much of their success this season has come as a result of their defense, especially since the start of the regional tournament. That's the state series, giving up just 29 points per game.
Well, we're accustomed to seeing this ball club really slow down the game and manage offensive possessions, but this is a Boca Raton club, Austin, that likes to get up and down. This Vero Beach ball club shoots the ball extremely well. They've shared it well. I mean, this is, they couldn't have painted a better start out for this ball club, honestly.
4 of 6 from 3 for Vero Beach as we send it across the floor to Despina.
Yeah, guys, I listened into Coach Morgan's huddle there at Vero Beach at the break, and he said, guys, we still have a lot of time. You're doing a great job out there on defense. You can't fall asleep, though. That's how they got that late bucket in transition. He said on the offensive end, though, listen, they're going to come out man-to-man. If they're going to do that, watch out. Let's go backdoor every time. Play smart. There's still 3 more quarters to go, guys.
All right, Despina, missed jumper by Levy. Hannah Pratt fouled on the rebounding action. That goes on Gorman, and it's her second. I beg your pardon, first foul on Gorman. Levy just inside the 3-point line, knocks down the jumper.
Maybe 6th point of the contest.
Vero Beach on pace to score more than 80 points. Their season high is 72. Step back 3. Short from Caitlin Smith. Ferguson back out there with the 2 fouls. Marco, couple of dribbles, fading away with that step back shot. Harris finds Smith. Kemp will slow the pace.
See Vero Beach coming out of the zone.
Kemp on the wing. There's the first 3 from Boca Raton. Belmont Abbey signee starting to stretch the offense. Boca Raton has scored 7 straight. Nice screen and roll action, ends with Gorman finishing.
Just isolating Gorman, honestly, on the weak side. All starts with a very good ball screen.
Jordan Wade with the assist. Kemp got up in the air with nowhere to go. Smith, a little hesitation. Couldn't flip it in, but got her own rebound. Gorman stepping back. Wade called for a travel.
Good defensive possession by Boca.
Boca Raton not rattled by the early deficit. Levy able to knock it down from the corner. Gorman with the rebound. Again, she averages nearly 15 boards per game. Showed in the semifinal she can handle the ball as well. Going to work on Marco. That'll count, the chance for 3.
Gorman can play. And here just using her foot speed against Marco. And I believe that's the 3rd foul on Ferguson.
Got Ferguson for the foul after Marco got beat. So Audrey Ramsey comes back in. Margin is 11. Kemp mishandled the pass from Pratt.
This team yesterday in Boca had 20+ turnovers. Have to take care of the basketball, especially against non-pressure.
Gorman comes to the corner to screen. Once again isolated. Mid-range jumper. Short, but she went right in there to grab her offensive rebound. A 3rd opportunity at Smith. Quick release. Finally, Levy snares it. Vero outworking Boca Raton on the glass. Kemp, high dribble, able to control it and bank it in.
Really like Kemp's game, especially off the bounce.
Gorman's been short twice on those close-range shots. And a foul in the backcourt. Foul called on Funcham, and Richard Morgan, sensing that his team needs a break, calls a timeout. Mentioned the 86 points that Boca had in yesterday's state semifinal, their second highest scoring total of the year, but it's been a team that has been prolific in their 4 state series games, 76.5 points per game. This truly is a matchup of great offense against outstanding defense.
You know, this is a team that likes to get up shots. I mean, almost 60 shots yesterday in that contest. And they don't shoot a ton of threes. They shoot them when they're open, but this is a team that's aggressive. And they show that sign by how many times they get to the free throw line, almost 30 free throw attempts yesterday.
Attention high school seniors, Bright House Sports Network wants to help you pay for college. If you participated in sports and excel in academics, you could be awarded the David Logan Scholarship. 4 winners will be selected, 2 from the Tampa area and 2 from Central Florida. All 4 will receive a $2,500 scholarship. Deadline to apply now just a week away, next Saturday, February 27th. For more information, log on to bhsn.com. Audrey Ramsey picked up the dribble. Skip pass, Marco. That's a 3.
Marco just great range, 6-foot junior, knocking it down from 19-9.
Her 42nd three-pointer of the year, leading shooter. And answered at the other end by Courtney Harris.
It's the same ball club we saw play yesterday.
Looks completely different with the confidence with which they're shooting the ball. Pratt kick out, there's Marco. Starting to feel it.
Well, apparently whatever lid they had on the game during the 7A contest has been lifted.
He's got a nice flow with 2 teams showing their offensive skill. Marco calling for Kemp and whipping it toward the far sideline. She had not established herself in the front court. The result is an over and back violation.
Not a smart play by Kemp on that possession.
Shania Noel has come on for Vero Beach, did not play in yesterday's semifinal win, so seeing her first action of the state tournament. Picked up the dribble, she needed to get rid of that. Fortunate that it was knocked out of bounds by Boca. Indians have led by as many as 14. 22-8 in the opening quarter. Right now, it's a 6-point game. Much as we talked about Gorman, and she's got 8, it's been the complementary players that have lifted Vero.
And they really have stretched the floor with their ability to knock down shots. I mean, they're displaying the essence of a true team.
Nice up fake by Funcham, but she had the shot blocked. Kemp's been good in transition. She hits Marco. How about a third 3? In and out. And Pratt gets the rebound. Marco lowers his shoulder and gets called for traveling.
Marco a bit out of control on that possession. He's determined to get to the basket. I'm not sure I see a travel on that possession, but maybe fortunate on her end, it may have been a charge.
Would have been her second foul. Break for Boca Raton there, perhaps. Smith high off the window, couldn't get it to go. Wonder if Vero's going to be able to continue to shoot it at this pace. Ramsey, one dribble. Confident looking shot from the freshman.
5'4", fearless.
Hit a couple of threes in yesterday's semifinal win. There is a foul on the floor. That's the 7th on Boca Raton. It'll mean a 1-1.
See if the officials notice that it's bonus situation. There we go.
Second foul on Hannah Pratt. Vero's missed just one time at the line so far, 6 of 7. Harris, a third-year varsity player. This is her second year as the starter. Much more calm this season as she misses the front end. Kemp off the back rim, 2-on-1 for Vero. Miller gives it up to Gorman, who has to gather herself, absorb some contact. In and out. So 2 free throws.
I think Gorman gets enough credit for her strength. I mean, catching that basketball in traffic is difficult enough, but then to be able to still get the shot off through contact, 3 white jerseys around her, almost comes away with a 3-point play opportunity.
That is the 3rd foul on Pratt, so 2 starters have picked up 3 fouls here in the first half for Boca Raton. Nugent goes deeper into his bench. We'll bring on Kanisha Leguera as we check in with Despina.
Seeing Megan Gorman kind of dominate in the paint, and she told me the big reason was because in the summer she added a strength conditioning coach. After that region semi loss, the team only took a week off, then they were back in the gym lifting weights, getting stronger, putting up lots of shots to prepare themselves for this opportunity. She just looks like she's gliding out there.
Boca Raton throwing the ball all over the court on this possession. Leguera in off the bench, misses the 3. Levy gets around Gorman and is called for a travel.
Levy attempting a step through, and I believe she shuffled her feet on the baseline.
6-point lead for the Indians, 31-25 as we come up on a minute to go in the first half. Wade unable to turn the corner. Outstanding defense by Ramsey. Leguera then reaches in and commits a foul.
Boca continues to put Vero Beach on the free throw line.
Your first teams at night. Wellness now for Indians. Jordan Wade.
Wade, the top free throw shooter on Vero Beach's roster at 68%. Morgan loves how calm she is on the floor. Says you can never get her to say more than 2 words, even after hitting a buzzer beater against Winter Park last year. She was being mobbed by her teammates and walked off the floor as if the game ended with someone just dribbling out the clock. Ramsey navigating her way through traffic. Kemp puts her head down. Couldn't flip it up and in. Levy trying to be careful not fouling Gorman. Marco aggressively defending. Don't want her to kick up another foul.
Vero Beach to just stretch out this second quarter, take the rest of the time off the clock.
Rylan Miller sees space. That's out of bounds to Boca. Vero going to apply some pressure in the backcourt. Norman back up and giving Marco space. Levy, flash to the ball, couldn't get the touch. And a loose ball foul is going to go on Kemp.
It's the 10th team foul for Boca.
Team foul number 10.
Some confusion at the table. The official scorer thought the foul was against Vero Beach. They're working out the issue. They've now worked it out. It is the 10th foul, so Gorman will get 2. Desmond Morgan called her the best player he's ever coached. Been at Vero Beach more than a decade. Two for two on that trip. 15 seconds to go, and Vero back up by 9. 12 points for Megan Gorman. Marco off the foot of Kemp. Boca Raton lucky to keep possession. Kemp driving in. Laguerra misses, and the first half comes to an end. Terrific first half offensively for the Vero Beach Indians. Well above their season average. They put 34 on the board. Their head coach, Desmond Morgan, standing by with Despina.
Coach, you knew they were going to try and take Morgan out of this game. Megan, how have your surrounding cast members really stepped up in that first half?
Well, I tell you what, I'm not worried about our ability to shoot the basketball. We've had some tremendous work in the offseason. I'm comfortable with my girls shooting the ball. Megan's led us the whole way, but it's been a supporting cast there, too, the whole time.
You told me it was key to stretch this out to a full court scenario. How much will that come to play in the second half for you?
Well, that was our game plan coming in. We knew if we made them play full court basketball, it takes away from their height. You can be 6'3", but 6'3", 50 feet away from the basket doesn't matter anymore.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, guys, stay with us here on Bright House Sports Network. Right now, it's Vero Beach up by 9, 34-25. I'll be joined by Corey Long when we return to break down the first half. Welcome back inside the Lakeland Center. We've got a dogfight on our hands for this 8A state championship. Right now, Vero Beach up 34-25. That's a 9-point lead. Corey Long, thank you so much for joining us from the AP. You've been covering the entire state with Florida hoops. Is this what you expected in this 8A championship game?
Yeah, I did. I expected it to be a close contest. I think both teams really settled down in that second quarter. Honestly, it was a fast start. Caitlin Smith got out, just hit 3 threes right at the early part of the game, and it was a situation where, I was afraid this game could have got out of hand really fast, but I think both teams settled down, ran into their sets. Gorman's been good on the inside, the paint, so they've done a lot of good things.
Here are those series from Caitlin Smith from outside. They were able to close down Megan Gorman early. How big were these shots from the outside?
I think it got them out of that. Both teams played a little tight, a little nerve-wracking. You hit a couple of really big shots, and I think you kind of change everything. And I think it opened up the game for both teams in a lot of ways. I think both teams, once that happened, they realized this is a basketball game. It's the same game that they've played 30 other times this season.
Certainly, it's Vero Beach with the pace, and that pace is being set by Megan Gorman. Talk about her performance. Everything's going through her tonight.
Yeah, once Smith was able to hit those threes and get that floor spacing, open up that floor, it's allowed Gorman to do her work inside. She's been great, top of the key. She's going inside. She's working the low block. She's been taking several of Boca Raton's players off the dribble so far.
So tell me this, if you're Boca Raton, what do you have to do to get back in this one in the second half?
Well, I like what they've done offensively. Grace Marco, letting her work at the top of the key. She's had a couple of really good looks. Some of them have went in, a couple have rimmed out. But I like that they continue to run the offense through her because she's making the right decisions with the ball, whether it's to take those long shots or make those passes on the inside.
Certainly, there is so much more to come here in the second half. Stay with us on Bright House Sports Network. Thank you so much, Corey, for joining us. It will be Austin and Andrick breaking down the first half with stats and highlights. Stay right here on Bright House Sports Network.
Nine-point margin right now in the 8A final with Vero Beach leading Boca Raton 34-25. A great offensive first half for the Indians. Andrick, show us how they got some of their success.
Well, it really all starts with spacing, and I think we heard Coach Morgan talk about the importance of making sure they got good spacing. So here against the 1-2-2 trap, you see Gorman flashing down the middle. All eyes are on Gorman. They understand the offense has to run through her. So as the pass is finally given to her, she catches the ball. She has an opportunity to either look here on the baseline where she has a player cutting, but she wants to catch the ball and actually go opposite. So once she catches the basketball and goes opposite, it's a clean play for the baseline, easy shot for Vero Beach. Spacing and defense is key. So as the cut starts here, it's important that you see ball and man. And here we have a situation where you're following the cutter, your back is turned, you do not see ball and man. As the cutter goes through, it's also important if you're weak side, you got to have 1 foot in the paint. Here we have a defender here. She has both feet outside the paint. She has weak side help. There is no one left on this backside to stop the rolling action here for the easy bucket for Gorman.
Gorman had a great first half, 12 points to lead all scorers. She was 8 of 9 from the free throw line. What stands out about the first half statistics?
14 free throws for Vero Beach. I mean, this is a team that has run a slow pace up to this point. They hung their hat defensively. You can't afford to put a team like Vero Beach on the foul line and give them easy opportunity for baskets.
Vero Beach started the game 6 of 11 from the field. They were just 3 for 14 in the second quarter, but kept the lead at the free throw line. What do you expect to see from Boca Raton offensively here in the second half?
Well, I think Boca can continue to doing what they've been doing, and that's really getting up and down the floor and getting shots. Their biggest issue has been on the defensive end. They have to find ways to take care of the basketball. They have 8 turnovers so far in the first half, Austin, and honestly, there hasn't been a ton of pressure that's been applied by Vero Beach.
Halftime here of the 8A championship game. Couple of first-time finalists trying to take gold. It's Vero Beach and Boca Raton. Second half starts when you come back. Take you back to yesterday's semifinal game between Boca Raton and Seminole. The Bobcats had it going offensively really throughout this game. Shot 51% from the field. Rachel Levy with 2 of her 18. And then Grace Marco, who had 22 points and 11 boards. She played all 32 minutes of the semifinal. 4 players in double figures yesterday. This is, generally speaking, a very balanced offensive team.
It really is, and there's balance here. Just not a lot of points so far in the first half. And they got up and down the floor so much yesterday, I had to ice my knees just from watching.
Despina had the chance to talk to New Nugent, Boca Raton head coach, coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, Coach told me that his team's never been in a position like this, down by 9 at the half. He told his girls, just respond, continue to play hard, but he wants them to settle down here in the second half. He finds them not setting back in their half-court set, instead pushing at the tempo that Vero is setting. He says they're missing so many opportunities down low, and they're not capitalizing on that big size that this team has.
And we'll see how Boca Raton comes out of the locker room. Gorman gets a touch on the block, going to work on Marco. Offensive rebound by Funcham. And Gorman steps out, knocking down a 3.
So Gorman catches the ball on the block, gives you a little Akeem shake, comes up short, gets the ball back. A Carmelo Anthony jab step, and then drains the 3.
Vero Beach is 6 of 9 from three-point range. Kemp with a lazy pass, nearly turned it over. Smith down to the floor, and the arrow will keep it with Boca Raton. An odd decision by Tracy Kemp. Seemingly threw it right into the arms of Caitlin Smith.
Vero Beach here going zone.
Marco got it inside to Levy. Missed in close. Gorman's got it for Vero. The emphasis on going inside. Gorman with 9 rebounds, 1 more, and she'll have her 25th double-double this year.
Great ball movement. Continual motion.
Function screens for Wade. Can't get it to her on the roll, and here comes Kemp. One-on-one with Smith. Tough step through. Ferguson was there to follow it up. She missed in close. This time the possession arrow will give it to Vero.
Kemp can't believe she missed the Euro step. You know, if I'm Boca Raton, you really want to take advantage of this size? I mean, you go half-court zone, and you force them to make shots over outstretched hands. But you keep giving them room and space to draw to and kick. That's where they've been so successful.
Smith navigates it to the corner. Harris dropped it off for Gorman.
These guards are punching gaps, and they're just quicker to the punch than Boca Raton.
It is a 14-point lead, matches the largest for Vero Beach. Ramsey checks back in for Boca Raton. Kemp is going to head to the bench. She does not look at all like how she played in the semifinal. She had 18 points and 9 assists. Smith working off a double screen, little hesitation. Nice take.
team is just so good off the bounce.
Vero has scored the first 7 points coming out of the locker room. Levy way off the mark. Ferguson has it in the paint. Can't get the bounce. Funcham was on the ground, comes up as Marco misses on the 3. 3 looks for Boca Raton, and now Vero's got a chance to push it. Gorman to the crossover. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Gorman on the strong drive and uses her offhand. I think maybe a tad bit of an active job there by Marco, but
Morgan getting an explanation from the officiating crew. Vero takes the timeout. Look at what Rachel Levy has done. And she has been an indicator of Boca Raton's success or lack of success, a 5-point disparity between the wins and losses.
well, they're going to need her to pick it up with only 6 points tonight. She hasn't had a lot of quality touches, even though she has 8 shots so far.
Offensively, we've seen Vero Beach hit 6 threes. They've hit some difficult 2s. Boca Raton has not shot it well at all. Marco, 4 defenders around her, got it to the freshman Ramsey. Nice execution there. Ferguson right at the front of the rim.
One of the easiest shots Boca's had all night.
Boca's tough to press because not only do they have size, but as you mentioned in the first half, everybody can handle the ball.
Yeah, they have 4 ladies out there on the floor that can put the ball on the deck with confidence.
Harris tipped it up. Ramsey comes away with it for Boca Raton. Ramsey, not shy. That one's short.
Courtney Harris chasing down the rebound. Smart decision to pull it out.
The sense watching this Vero team that everybody has an understanding of their role. They shoot the shots they're supposed to shoot. They pass when they're supposed to pass. Harris, great hesitation on the screen. Marco, right down the lane, unchallenged, and all the way to the cup.
Vero Beach, you gotta stop the ball earlier in transition.
Back-to-back buckets for Boca Raton. They've cut it down to 12, 41-29. Ramsey stepped up, allowed Smith to get by. Gorman spinning, Ramsey down to the floor. She couldn't come away with it. Boca Raton has to recover defensively. Wade on the baseline. Ferguson gobbling up rebounds defensively now for the Bobcats, playing with 3 fouls. Marco to the corner, there's Levy. Short, Marco tracks down the miss. Works her way through traffic and is called for steps.
Boca Raton has to find a way to limit these turnovers.
Ferguson gets a break as Kemp comes back in. See what the rest did for her psyche.
Great backdoor cut, good help.
Boca Raton able to recover. No numbers. Kemp wanted to skip it to Ramsey, thought better of it. Pratt one dribble. And the floater goes down.
Beach never got settled in defensively in that transition possession. Boca taking advantage of it.
Ramsey left standing at the midcourt line as Smith got by her. And she knocks down another three.
Caitlin Smith filling it from the outside.
14 points for Smith. Averages 9 per game. Marco in and out. That's the way it's gone. Vero Beach has hit big shots. Boca Raton has had them bounce in and out. Smith playing with such confidence.
I wonder how much the game yesterday against Ferguson really prepared them for the day, because Ferguson did a great job of heating the basketball up, especially with those small guards. So playing against bigger defenders this far from the basket, the pressure's not bothering this ball club at all.
Buncham on the cut, left unguarded. Her first basket of the game. Once again, a 15-point lead. Vero stretches the margin right back out. Levy had the shot blocked by Gorman. Jump ball, the arrow will keep it on this end of the floor.
It's great ball movement. And they never stop looking towards the bucket.
Desmond Morgan takes another timeout. His team a chance to catch their breath. The best of Bright House Sports Network is available on Local On Demand, channel 999. You can watch the game of the week anytime. Just go to the sports section, select game of the week, and find the game you're looking for. Plus, you can go behind the scenes with the entire Bright House Sports Network crew. Bright House Network's Local On Demand is free and exclusive to Bright House cable customers. Vero Beach 25-1 coming into tonight's title game. Told you about their prowess defensively, but it's been their shooting that has owned the day here so far. 7 threes for the Indians. Morgan told us yesterday that the Christmas tourney win against Lakewood Ranch was the sign that they could do something really special. Ultimately lost to Dunbar in the finals of that Christmas tournament. But it was that win that showed both him and the kids that we were a really quality basketball team.
Playing against top competition can only help build your confidence.
Levy made a nice cut. Marco missed her inside. They've gotten away with a travel on the baseline. Ferguson, difficult shot, flipped it in.
Love to get Ferguson going if they can.
Averages 9 points and nearly 7 rebounds a game. Great, able to hold the ball. Now Ferguson coming up to apply more pressure. Smith got fouled.
And just spreading out the bigger ball clubs, Vero Beach, and attacking on the bounce at will.
Watching the end of that semifinal yesterday against Ferguson, Vero led 44-32 with 3:45 to go and then didn't score again. And it looked like the moment was too big for them. It has been the total opposite tonight.
Well, I think part of that is just the stage and confidence. I mean, it's the first time in this arena. You know, but you got to give some credit to Ferguson. Ferguson was a very good team defensively, and that was a team that didn't make shots until the last minute and 12 seconds of that game either.
Certainly helps your confidence when you're hitting 7 of 10 from three-point range, as Vero has done tonight. 70% from 3. Over the top, Marco. He's got the lead down to 10. 13 now for Grace Marco. See how the third quarter ends. A couple of mini runs for both teams. Vero had it to 15, Boca Raton now down to 10. Norman beat Marco, they missed her inside. Shot doesn't go, chance for maybe one more look. Kemp doesn't seem to have any idea what the clock situation is, and Boca Raton doesn't get a shot away. 9-point margin at the half. It's 10 going to the fourth quarter. Vero Beach hot from the perimeter and scoring inside, trying to win their first title. Start of the second overtime in the 8A state championship game after a week that was largely devoid of any close games, especially those to decide championships. This one has lived up to and exceeded all expectations. First time since 2005 we've had a game go beyond overtime. Miami High and Deerfield Beach went 3 overtimes back in 05. Here's Harris, crossover inside the free throw line, and she's got the jumper.
Second overtime starting off just as the first did.
12 for Harris, 2 off her season high. Levy lets it go off the back rim with the 3, and off the fingertips of Harris, it'll stay with Boca Raton. Lots of foul trouble for Boca Raton. 3 players on the floor have 4 fouls. Kemp, Ferguson, and Marco. Gorman, the only player with 4 for Vero Beach. Ferguson, kick out Kemp for the lead. Got it.
Both teams have really stepped it up offensively.
Kemp's in double figures with 11. Gorman surrounded at the free throw line. Boca Raton has used this trapping defense for most of the fourth quarter and overtime. All loose on the deck, and Levy comes away with it for the Bobcats.
Much needed stop by Boca Raton.
Kemp to the corner, it's Marco. Back-to-back threes for Boca Raton.
23 points for Grace Marco.
Wade trying to answer for Vero. She rattles in a 3. 5 players in double figures for Vero Beach now. Wade's got 11. These two exchanging blows. Marco, that one pops in and out. Harris tracks it down. Gorman, past Ferguson, who's playing with 4, lays it in. Vero back in front.
It's like watching an old heavyweight fight, partner.
Each team scored 12 in the first overtime. Don't normally see those numbers offensively. Kemp airballs the 3. You can tell Levy and Marco are tired. Marco got her fingertips on it, couldn't save it from going out of bounds. Those 2 6-footers have been chasing ball handlers at the top of this zone defense throughout the fourth quarter.
They just do a better job of getting someone towards the middle of the floor.
Gorman. Smart thing and got it to Riley Miller. Another deflection. Ramsey knocks it out of bounds.
All the cross-court passes, when you catch the basketball on the wing, especially against the press, your first dribble has to be towards the rim. It can't be at the sideline.
Harris into the lane. Lost the handle as she started to pick up her dribble. Ferguson is called for a foul. That will be her 5th.
Ferguson cannot believe it.
Foul number 24. Tatiana Ferguson, that is her 5th.
Just on the dribble, Courtney Harris loses the ball, and Ferguson did catch her across the arm.
Ferguson becomes the 2nd Boca Raton player to foul out. Hannah Pratt fouled out in regulation, so Kanisha Ligero will come in. And now you've got Kemp with 4, Marco with 4. And again for Vero, Gorman has 4. Two big free throws for Courtney Harris. A 3-point game. Boca Raton nearly threw the inbounds pass out of bounds. Kemp, Levy, kick out Marco. Does she have another one? Off the back rim. And another rebound for Harris, who's been everywhere.
Harris he's so big, especially in the overtime.
Twice Vero Beach has failed to hold the lead. Can they do it here? Layup drops back in for Riley Miller. 5-point game, under a minute to go. And for the second time tonight, Tracy Kemp throws it to a player on the other side of half court.
Untimely turnovers. Kemp really
was not across the midcourt line.
That was not a backcourt call.
And maybe in the old ball don't lie adage, Kemp gets it right back.
I can hear Rasheed Wallace right now.
Marco lost it as she put the ball on the floor. Caitlin Smith has the pass deflected and stolen away. And Boca Raton gives it right back.
I think fatigue is finally starting to set in on these young ladies.
Kemp steals the inbounds pass. It's saved by Harris. These players have been flying everywhere here in the last 30 seconds. Boca Raton has to foul. Marco gives it, and she's fouled out of the game.
Grace Marco has nothing to hang her head about. This young lady's played one heck of a game.
Marco, a great competitor. Gave it everything she had. 23 points tonight, 22 in the semifinals. In all likelihood, it will not be enough.
Coach Nugent has to decide who he's going to put in the game.
And Boca Raton has just been given a technical foul. They did not get someone in the game in enough time, and they were given a technical foul.
That is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Completely unnecessary to make that call. Completely unnecessary. Not even to go over and have a discussion with him.
Smith in and out with the 2 free throws. And now up to Coach Morgan to decide who will shoot the technical free throws. He'll call on Courtney Harris. A shame that it's going to end this way. Take nothing away from Vero Beach. They are very deserving of winning the game. But unfortunate that it came to the point where Boca Raton had so many players fouled out and then a technical foul for not getting someone in right away. Indians up by 8 and a timeout with 22.3 seconds to go.
Well, it would take a miraculous series of events in order for Boca Raton to be able to pull this game out. What a way to end these finals.
Without a doubt, the most exciting game. Saved the best for last. A myriad of missed opportunities for Boca Raton. And Vero Beach is 22 seconds away from the program's first ever state championship. We can only hope that next week's boys tournament can meet the excitement that we've had here in this 8A title game. Gorman gets it into Wade. Fouled by Ramsey with 19.7. Vero players standing shoulder to shoulder, and we're arm in arm watching Wade shoot the first free throw. A group that is so close. Tireless hours in the gym with the goal of getting here to Lakeland. And the celebration is about to begin. Kemp shoves off a defender and misses the shot. Under 10, Levy. Short with the three. Rebounded by Miller. Final seconds tick off the clock. For the first time ever, the Vero Beach Indians are state basketball champions.
This is a ball club that did not take the easy route to get here. Cardiac kids have been able to do it in a double overtime thriller.
Gave up the lead in regulation, gave up the lead in overtime. They came back in the second overtime and would not relinquish their grip on that first championship. Fantastic game.
In most fights, the more aggressive fighter typically is the one that's able to come away from victory. And 37 free throw attempts tonight. And a ball club that shot 8 for 15 from behind the arc. How deserving of a team that's hung their hat on its ability to play defense to have such a great offensive performance tonight.
3 state lacrosse championships for Megan Gorman, but you know this one has to feel special. She gets it done on the hardwood. Yale signee goes out a champion after a fantastic night, 24 points and 15 rebounds. Been a great first week of the FHSAA basketball finals. For Despina Barton, Andrick Frazier, and our entire Bright House Sports Network crew, led by producer Chris McCulley and director Mike Catolo. Austin Lyons saying so long from the Lakeland Center. Congratulations to Vero Beach. For the first time ever, the Indians are state girls basketball champions.